We are in week 2 of session 2. So let's take a look at what's going on this week. First, finish the summary section of your blog. And what you do is scroll all the way down to the template, which is linked in the assignment. We've done this before. If you're not sure, talk to your neighbors. Select all the way up, copy this, Command C, then Command V into a new blog post in your blog. To get the summary section completed, essentially you need to declare your role right here. Let's see, put your role here, and then copy and paste your SMART goal, which should be right here. So click here, make sure you can see the blue lines, then Command C, copy this whole thing and paste it into the blog post right here. It should work fine. At the end of the week, all the pre-production section is going to be due, and we'll see that on Friday. The next thing you're doing is you're working on finishing the Trello board. So the Trello board should have, let's go over to Firefox because that works best for Trello. You're going to make your cards or finish doing that with your team. You can see that I made a card here and I added story points to it. And you can change that if you want or remove them altogether. And we've assigned this to a person on the team. You can see their initials in the bottom corner. Always write it with a verb and something being done, doing something, okay? And then when you're ready, you'll put that into the current Scrum. And what you're looking for now is, if you can't really see it very well, but right here is the story points. You can see that there's 8. You're going to Fibonacci number all the tasks in the current Scrum. Now, basically, all this stuff should be brought over because these are all things you need to do for session 2. You are adding in individual cards at the bottom that are going to be associated to your specific tasks for your team to get your thing made for session 2, and then drag those all into here. Then each day, you're just putting things in progress, working on those. Next day, you come back, put those in the done pile. And each day you'll look at the new number at the top of here and add that to your burn down chart. Now the burn down chart is right over here. And so Monday, I want you to put the total number here, pencil or draw in this. This will be whatever this number is, that's your total. Okay, and then we're going to burn down to the 14 days we have for our session. So hand this back to me, make sure you fill in all this information at the top. Again, that's going to be when you, you have to finish Fibonacci numbering all this stuff, get the number for the current Scrum, leave stuff back here that you don't think you're going to be able to accomplish. Now again, all this green stuff are assignments that you need to do, so you should be able to complete those. Okay? All right, now let's go back over here. We're rolling along. So on Wednesday, finish taking notes. Now, the notes should be linked back into the video. So when you click on this, for instance, it should...
To get started in data analytics, you don't need previous experience or a degree. The Google Data Analytics Certificate.
Step number 1, keep it natural.
Let me do this again. So if you don't have ads popping up...
Step number 1, keep it natural. With lighting, the goal is always to make the scene...
The point of the notes is to take us right to the video where we have the information we want. Also, remember that your blog is searchable by any word you put in it, which means you can look up information inside your blog really quickly. So the more projects you do, the more resources that you use to learn from, the faster you're going to be able to retrain yourself on the thing you're trying to do. So don't memorize this stuff. Just have access to it quickly so you can look it up as needed. So I want a number of links. I think to get full credit for this, you need 10. So if you have a short video, maybe get a second video, take a few notes on this one, take a few notes on the second video, and so on and so forth. Okay? All right. That is what you should have done sometime this week as soon as possible, but Wednesday is what I targeted for that. Thursday, you're going to self-assess the professional rubric like we've done before, and you will then flip it over, go across the bottom, and go up. Whatever your total is, let's say it was 15, that would be a 3. So then on the front side, down here, you do 3 out of 4. So again, you're adding up out of 4, all these things here. We'll self-assess in class. That's a piece of paper that I'll give you. You'll hand it back to me. That is going to be done on Thursday. And then we're finishing the blog post for pre-production, which will look like this. So the pre-production section has your leader in the field. You're writing a little bit underneath each thing that you put in there. Your secondary source, you're justifying why you did that. Your training source, you should have notes, and the notes should look like this. Okay, And then you have your timeline that your team put together to get the project done. So for this week, next week, and the week after. Proposed budget, I want you to, when you look at the template, I wrote in here, plan what it would cost for you to do your job. So give yourself an hourly wage after you do a little bit of research of like how much should you be paid. And when we look here at this example, 20 hours or $20 an hour, 25 days, $2,000. Now this was for session 5, so they had a lot more time. So that's what you're doing for budget, is how much time do you think you'll spend on this project? How much should you be paid per hour? Add that up. But please do some research. Don't just guess a number. Also, we need evidence of your team planning and decision making. That could be storyboarding, plot diagram. That could be screenshots of your done doc, GDD. That could be a story journal. That could be a task list that your team decided on how to write a song. That's going to go here. Also, you can link to your Trello board, which I strongly recommend because you can see the planning and organizing, and this is huge in the world of work because people want to see how you did that stuff. Also, you can see that this team put extra resources into their board so that they'd have access to these things. Now, if you're working on a larger project, having these in one place might be really great for everybody to see. So it's another good use of Trello. All right, that sums up everything here. I do want to remind you one thing, that when the assignments are here on the side, you can check them out. You can also, check this out, this is kind of fun. In here, you can see the assignments in the app. So I'm in the calendar in Schoology, and I can see the assignments. I could click on them. I can read about them. What's nice about this is you can also click on calendar up here, and you can see on the particular days, the assignments that are on those days. You can also see this for your other work, for other classes and stuff like that. So I wanted to remind you that you can use that as well. And lastly, you know all about this in the Session 2 folder. The blue stuff are resources to help you. The green stuff are the assignments. We are moving through things, so help yourself, advocate for yourself. If you're not sure how to do things, video tutorials on how to take the notes, link back in the video, things like that. And lastly, let's go back up here, and you'll notice that the dates at the top here in between the black bars are the things that are due on that day. So on the 29th, which is Tuesday, you want to have all this stuff done. So you're working on plot diagram, mood board, storyboard. There's too much for one person to do, so this is supposed to be a team exercise where everybody's helping each other. That's why it says production team, to get that stuff done. This is what's due Friday. All these sections in the pre-production blog post are done. This should be done on Monday, and the rest of it done throughout the week. I recommend you get it done as soon as possible, and then check these things off so that you make sure you get full credit for the work. And then you can see the rest of the work that's coming up in later weeks. All right, that is an overview of week 2.